Hi, good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening to you lot from London, England. This is your host, your guy himself, the one and only DLG Reppin. Romeo, Echo, Papa, Indigo, November. You know what time it is, you know how it goes. Football context and just keeping it strictly football. Earlier I had a little rant about the Kolasinac situation, and for those keyboard warriors who want to run their mouths behind a keyboard and express, especially Arsenal fans who want to express their delight that Said Kolasinac has caught the coronavirus. Well, yes, he's a man who's got a family and a wife and children, should I say. But so is a dustman, so is a police officer, so is a nurse, so is, etc. But that does not excuse the fuckery from some low, vile, vindictive cunts. Anyway, I'm keeping it football context, yeah, and I want to touch on Mikel Arteta'S press conference. My tongue's muddled up. When asked about the situation about Dani Ceballos and David Luiz, his response to the question was, well, it's very competitive. Tackles will happen, and sometimes sometimes these things happen. It's a competitive. It's competitive in training. Yeah, it does. And he says, and then he was asked that question. He was asked that question for the second time, and he says, "Well, it's a good thing we have a view from a distance." And he answered it with a smile on his face, but deep down, he knows exactly what happened. Then he was asked about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and the Gabon national team, how they got stuck at the airport where the Gabonese players, including Aubameyang, was sleeping on the plane. And asked by, I think, someone from the BBC asked him the question based on Arsenal not allowing Aubameyang to travel with Gabon. And Arteta said that, well, that's not true. He said he denied categorically that Arsenal will not stop him from travelling with Gabon to play international games. And asked about the Thomas Partey injury, and he says, yeah, this is the sort of thing that can happen. He gave his answers, and he's obviously answering every question intelligently as possible. And when asked about Joe Willock having a chance, he said, well, Joe Willock has been training as hard as he has been in the last 5 or 6 weeks. Okay. While he's been doing that, why hasn't he been given an opportunity? He's had two good games in the Europa League. All right, it's So what if it's Europa League? It doesn't matter what competition it is. It's the fact that he has been performing when asked to do a job for Arsenal Football Club, and he's done that in the red and white shirt. That's a professional player and an employee of Arsenal Football Club. Surely he was asked whether Joe Willock has a chance to get into the squad or start. And like I said, his answer to the question was he's been training in the last 5 and 6 weeks, and he said the same thing with Nketiah when asked on his chances of starting the game, and he said Eddie Nketiah is another one who's been training hard within the last 5 or 6 weeks. With the Eddie Nketiah situation, I wasn't really fascinated on what he really had to say about Nketiah, but I was fascinated on Joe Willock because he's a different guy. He makes runs from midfield. He's a guy whose fitness and energies are sublime, and he can run around the pitch as much as he can for over 90 minutes, and his fitness is well, it's up there with anyone in the squad. That I can tell you. For me, you know, he was asked about Kalashnikov's and El-Neni's situation with COVID-19. And he answered the questions as accurately as possible, you know. I mean, yeah. The press conference was really interesting. We are going to be without Thomas Partey for the game against Leeds United. That he confirmed in his own words. And that's the bottom line. I would, I respect Mikel Arteta'S press conference, and then he didn't give too much away. I don't know, well, especially with the Danny Ceballos, David Lewis training ground bust up. He didn't give too much away, but you know, he's he was very calm and composed with the questions coming from the press and all the media workers, and he handled it really well. So yeah, it was an interesting press conference. Let's just hope we can hear another press conference if we can get the victory against Leeds. It's not going to be an easy game. But going back on Joe Willock's situation, yeah, he answered the questions about Joe Willock, and he said that he's trained harder than he has before. Well, he's been training harder all that time, more than 5 and 6 weeks, but time will tell. So I'm just relating to Joe Willock's Mikel Arteta'S press conference, and I'm just giving you my view on it. And it was obviously a tickler from Mikel Arteta. He was happy to answer the same questions on the Ceballos and Lewis bust up. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. So yeah, very interesting. Other than that, I'm going to leave it there and say, ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for putting up with me. I'll be back later on this evening, or maybe later on. Maybe later on this afternoon, but more or less evening, to produce another football context. Yeah, football context. And I don't plan to not do an evening. I plan to be up. I'll be up. I'll be up for it, ready for you guys. If you've got any views on if you've watched Mikel Arteta'S press conference and you've got your own views and your verdict, then leave it in the comment section below. Smash the thumbs up, like button, and do remember to subscribe to my channel today, please, by smashing the subscribe button left, right, and center. Tell your friends and your relatives about this channel, my channel, DLG Reppin, and I'll be delighted to see the number of subscribers go up. And like I always say, the love and support you can show me by subscribing to this channel, the more football context I can bring you, and the updated version of it as well, from what happens around the sport that we call football, the beautiful sport that is. So I'm out of here, and I'll see you this evening. Nice.